Hello, this is Greg again, and we're going to go through the operation, specifically the elevator recording on an EVA using the Android application. And again, I'm working with a Samsung tablet, and it will work fine on a Samsung or Android phone. So let's go pick up on the application. I'm going to enter. Since we've already selected previously, or we've linked, or we paired the tablet and the EVA, I'm going to choose 76 again, which is this specific EVA sitting on my desk. And I'm going to do an elevator recording. Note the elevator icon. And it should connect with it. And when it's connected, the buttons will become available. So I'm going to choose ride. And this is where we seem to be having a little bit of an issue, which we'll clean up in the not too distant future. Notice the ID number. So I'm going to click on one of the ID numbers. And you may have to do multiple clicks on it, multiple selections to get the keypad to come up. And I'm going to delete it back. And I'm going to change them to all fives, just for giggles. Done. And done. So now I'm at the point where I can begin recording. And it's recording. And I'm going to tap the desk a few times. And I'll end the measurement. So what it'll show me is, if you look in the lower window, the XYZ microphone maximum values, maximum zero to peak values that it found throughout the whole recording. That at least tells you that it is sensing. So I'm going to go back and go to Analyze, and I'm going to retrieve files. And I only have one recording in here because we had cleared the memory, and it's an 11-second recording. And you'll note that the ID number is 555555. And I'm going to retrieve it. So if you have multiple files on there, you select each of them, they'll turn to green, then you retrieve it, and then you'll be able to analyze it. This is any information that you want to put in here. So the company, so in this case, company, operator, so on. There are the titles. You can change those titles to whatever you choose. Location, I just put as my desk, and I'll put a period there just for the fun of it. And go to next. And then save. So what it's doing right now is downloading it. And if I want to look at it, I could just click on it here, but I'm going to go back to Analyze because there may be other, I just want to go through this process a little bit more carefully. So 555, 555, which is the fourth one down. These are files I've already downloaded. And you'll note sound, I don't really have a microphone connected. It's just sitting there at its lowest level. And you'll see each of the taps, which corresponds to this, right? But let's go look at an elevator recording. So I'm going to go back to samples. And these are things that you can always compare against. And I usually use the one that's in the folder DAT and 23 for the ID number. Okay, so this is a recording, and you'll notice the upper window shows sound. If I click on distance, it shows the distance where the elevator is at every point in time, velocity, what the speed of the elevator is at every point in time, acceleration, which looks a lot like the Z channel, except without a lot of the vibration. This is according to the ISO standard. All of these are according to that standard. And jerk. But let me put sound back in there. But in this case, what we're looking at is vibration that's sensed by the instrument. Normally, when we're measuring ride quality, we would click on the ISO, so it's ISO filtered, and then it corresponds to an increase in vibration, as shown here, corresponds to an increase in human sensitivity to that vibration. So I'm going to ISO filter. And it's processing according to the ISO standard, which is currently ISO 18738. And now we see a picture of the vibration such that it corresponds to human sensitivity to that vibration. So in the X, Y, and Z, we see that the maximum peak-to-peak, 9.4, 4.5, Y, 9.8, 6.1, Z, 19.6, 14.3. If we want to show the stats, which is all of the measurements, then we have the report. Likewise, you can send files. We can do a couple of things. One is, I'm just going to pull that recording back up. You can send it by email if you have an email account set up, and just send that graph, or you can send the stats page, or you can send the actual data file. But it's a pretty straightforward operation. And it's very much, the analysis is very much like what you're used to using on the PC. You can also send the original file to your PC and then look at it through that as well. Okay? Next time, for the next video, I'll do that in a few days, and we'll go through some of the escalator measurements.